Hello, this is going to be an update to my first video, which helicopter is the best for me. New helicopters, micro helicopters are coming onto the market, so I decided just to update my first video. This is geared more for the beginners, but then we're also going to be talking about 3D flying, so more advanced flying with these helicopters. And then we're going to be talking about the different add-ons, different accessories I put on it. First of all, I wanted to kind of show you just the size, what they look like if you're trying to buy one, research one. I lined up the tails. The tails are all identical, and you can kind of see the difference in size. They're pretty close. The mSRX and the Nano are really close to the same size. The mCPX is a little bit bigger, and obviously the 130 is the largest and has the most a roar to it. So that's kind of what that looks like right there. So they are pretty. They're obviously a cheaper helicopter. They're micro ones. This is what the top looks like. So you can kind of see that mSRX and the Nano, they're really close to the same. And then the 130X and the mCPX they're almost two different birds too, because one has brushless and one has brush motors, so they're different. Okay, so then the next thing, which helicopter is the best for me now? I made a video maybe a year or two ago, and I talked about it, but new ones came on the market. If you're just starting out, you're gonna kind of have to choose between two of them. I would think it's gonna be your mSRX and your mCPX. There's two different possibilities. If you think you're a quick learner, you're going to grow out of this one really super quick. So you just have to expect that you're going to probably have to upgrade relatively soon. If you want something that you want to grow on, then I would say the mCPX. It's full collective. It's cheap to fix. You'll need to know how to fix it, but it goes pretty quick and pretty easy. You'll probably break this one a little bit more than the mSRX, but it's not that bad. It's pretty easy. This thing does break too. The mSRX does break. If you look, let's see, those little pins right there that has the linkages on. Those little pins right on the top, those break every once in a while if you hit them hard. So those are the only things that you really have to replace on. Or if you hit it really super hard, sometimes the motor pops out, but hardly ever does that happen. So that being said, the main thing that you want to really learn how to do, which seems like a lot of people forget, is learn the basics. Just learn how to hover. If you're going to have to hover for 45 minutes each day, no a tail in the whole time, just do that until you figure out how to do that. And then you start nose in hover, then start flying figure eights, or something that you can get. You can do it in your sleep, or you can do it without thinking. You can do it while you're talking to somebody. Ask somebody to talk to you while you're flying. Then you'll know that you're doing a good job and that you don't really have to think about it while you're flying. Then once you get that, start moving on to the next step. This one is really great. It can fly outside in the wind pretty good. Now I only had a chance to fly this one into the wind once because I just got it, and I don't know, maybe it was 7, 8, 10 miles an hour. I'm not really sure what the winds were, but it was relatively little windy. And the Nano was bouncing up and down quite a bit. So then I took the mCPX out, flew that around, and it flew rock solid in the wind. So if you want something to perform really well, up inverted right side up, I would definitely do the mCPX over the Nano. But if you want to just fly in the gym, this one flies excellent. The Nano flies excellent in the gym. There's no wind. It's super light. It's faster on the collective, up and down. It goes good. And flips and rolls, it does amazing. It just flips and rolls really responsive. Tail is good. I would definitely recommend that if you just want to fly in the gym or a large house or big area that you can fly in with relatively no wind. I don't have enough experience with this one to fly outside a lot, so I'm not really sure how much wind it can take. I mean, it can fly in the wind, but it just bounces up and down. It's not very fun. But you can still fly in the wind, it just bounces. And this, the mCPX, it doesn't. A little bit more rock solid. But if you're flying in a gym with the mCPX, then you're getting it doesn't roll as fast and it's not as crisp. The roll takes longer, and you need a little bit more altitude to do that. So that's kind of what I would recommend on those type of helicopters. Upgrades, I haven't done anything on the mSRX. The Nano helicopter, I haven't done anything yet. I might later on, but we'll see. I'm just getting used to it right now. Now I put some KBDD blades on this helicopter, the mCPX. That works great. What I also did was I extended the tail boom. So I put a longer tail boom on. If you can see, I put long tail boom assembly. This thing, just a little extra, a longer tail boom helps out a lot. Very, very nice. Tail used to blow out a few times when you're doing maneuvers and stuff. Now it doesn't. And it's great. You can buy it from Horizon. Just to give you an example what it looks like. Let's see. We'll put that there. Let's see, I'm not doing very good. Let's see. That's about the size. How much difference it is. So it is quite a bit longer. If you're like me and you like to keep it in the original box and transport it as a case, then you have to cut out a little bit more foam or styrofoam to get around it. Otherwise, it won't fit in. But other than that, I should have bought this years ago for the blade. But the other thing, yeah, it is a little bit more expensive. It's cost I think around $14. I think this doesn't tell me, but it's around $14-15 for that. But this is, I think, heat shrink. It starts right from here and goes to there. And the wire from the motor in the back goes through there. Now on the original one, like this, it goes through the tube, and then it comes right out through. It goes like basically up through here, then around. So it's a little different setup, but it seems to work and it seems stronger. So I definitely like that. I also am going to put some blades on my mCPX too. I just didn't just because I wanted to test out the tail and stuff with the original blades on there. But now I think I'm going to put these KBDD blades on there to see how that works. So, and then moving on to the 130, I put some orange blades on. You can really see the difference in them. I like that. And the tail, I worked on that. I'm going to be upgrading my 132. I got some bling on there. It's not necessarily you need to do it. It's probably a waste of money, but I just felt like putting it on. So I'm just going to do it. It's going to help out maybe a little bit, but it's mostly just for looks. Normally all this bling stuff I'm not really into it, but I just felt like it just looked cool. So I did it. The performance, I don't think it's going to be a lot. I'll be doing a review on my 130 once I have it all set up with the tail and what I did on it. There's a couple other things I'm going to be talking about in the tail area, what to work on once I get that going. But for now, I just put the blades on. It's pretty cool. So if you see some of my videos like flying in the gym, this one is great in the 130 is great in the gym. It just seems like I can only be flying in the gym because it's just too much stuff to look out for if there's other airplanes in the gym. So it's good if you could be by yourself, or outside. It's excellent. It's a fun helicopter. And the only drawback to the Nano, I think, it's lightweight. It feels like it feels kind of like a normal helicopter, but it's just lightweight, and it seems like if you're doing funnels or anything, you have to kind of like push it through the turn. On a normal heavier helicopter, that weight, that inertia kind of keeps it going around in circles. So it doesn't, but it does a good job. It's really fun. Since this is the newest helicopter, I'm kind of excited about it. So first one, if I was brand new to the sport, I would probably more than likely pick up the Blade mSRX just to get your feet wet, just to see if you like it, just to get all the main parts down. Then I would probably go to the mCPX. That's the next one. And once you can fly the mCPX, then I think you could fly the 450, the 450X. You know, that would probably be your next big bet. The 130X is great too, but the micro helicopters, they're just micro helicopters. You know, the fun is when you get into the bigger helicopters. So it doesn't really feel like it's really impressive until you get something bigger. And the ultimate goal, I think, in the micro helicopters is get to the larger ones. So I would, if you're learning, then I would say just get a Blade 450X. Then once you get to the Blade 450X, your next big thing would be learning how to work on them, set them up, taking them apart, fixing them once your brakes, set up the gyros, set up everything on there, all the linkages, all the swash plates after you do that. Then once you learn how to do all those things, then you can start working on building your helicopters, like your T-Rex helicopters and the big large ones, and set up, because they're all basically the same once you have the fundamentals down. So that's the video of today. Thanks for watching. Bye.